G'day folks, another gold prospector here. Guys, I just thought I'd do a little multi-part series on what I use to go prospecting, my tools, my equipment. So I thought we'd start off with what do I take detecting. So let's start at the very beginning here. Hydration. During summer, I always have a CamelBak. Thirsty work. Good pair of boots, I think, are an absolute must. These are Taz boots from, I think, Tent World. Fully waterproof. Gore-Tex, you know, all the good stuff. They're absolute crackers, nice and high too, so I don't actually wear gaiters. I'm not all that worried about snakes. As poisonous as they are, if you don't hurt them, they won't hurt you. Old rule. My pick. An interesting bit of kit, this one. This is actually an old spade that I cut with a grinder, then added a bit of tube, crudely welded it on. No comments about my welding skills. As far as I'm concerned, if it sticks, it's good. Followed by a bit of timber. It's ultra lightweight, which is what I wanted, for a couple of reasons. It's a lot easier to handle, but I use a Gold Monster and they don't penetrate very deep, so you don't have to dig deep holes. So you don't need to carry around a 3-ton pick. But just in case my handle breaks or my weld fails, I do have just a cheap Bunnings backup in the bag. On my belt, and now my belt is literally just a nail bag belt. This is my scoopy holder. Nice quick release, always a good thing. The old Fiskars shovel that doubles as my down the creek shovel, hand spade. This thing here is a handlebar mount, adjustable handlebar mount for an old camera that I just attached to the belt, and yeah, it works for me. So that's my, always carry a Leatherman when I'm out in the bush, or something similar. Gerber in this case. Multi-tool's handy, you know, you might lose a screw off your detector, or who knows what you might need it for. Finds bag, which has usually got a old Nurofen bottle in there for my good finds. This I usually just fill with my junk. And in the front here, I've usually got some spare batteries for my head torch. Yeah, you're probably thinking, what on earth do you need a head torch for? I probably do 50% of my detecting at night time, which I'll explain why shortly. Gloves, which I don't often use, but they're in the bag if I do need them, depending on where I am. Now these two items here, I don't actually carry when I'm detecting. They're in the car though. When you're out bush by yourself, it's always wise to have more than one form of communication to the outside world. You know, phones go down, carriers go down, so radios are a good thing. I don't carry it on me when I'm detecting, because why add to the EMI, the electromagnetic interference? I just don't see the point in adding to it. Same as my phone is usually on airplane mode. Now, as you've seen, guys, the Gold Monster. What have I done to mine? Pretty much the same as everyone else. I've got the cable, got the dust cap taped on. I've got a mixture of cable clips and Velcro with a nice tight wind on the cable to stop any cable interference. Now my stand that I've added is a little different to most. You can print them, 3D print them. I've got a 3D printer that I use, but this one is actually, I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's just the handle of a pot, as in, you know, cooking your beans pot. And just a plastic saddle and some screws. Because if you have a monster or you know anything about them, the pathetic excuse for a stand on the arm cuff doesn't equate for the weight of that thing. So unless you want your detector laying on the side all the time, which when you're trying to work out what you've got and get a signal makes it hard, you need to do that with your Gold Monster. It's a bit of a must. This bag is in fact a fishing rod bag, travel bag for fishing rods. I like it because in the side pockets here I have headphones, spare coil, charger, more batteries. I've got spare batteries in this side for the Monster. You can throw all sorts in there. There's still heaps more room. You could almost throw 2 Monsters in there. I think it was like $15 off AliExpress or something. It was really cheap, and it's great. Like it. See if we can do this one-handed. Hold your leg, get your stabilizer up, and then I leave the little coil on my Monster. It's wiggly in there. Slides right in. It does actually zip up, but it's double-sided. So what do I do by detecting at night? I think there's a bit of a misconception about what EMI is and where it comes from. So electromagnetic interference affects both VLF, so very low frequency, and pulse induction, PI, detectors. A lot of people, I think, believe it comes from, Grandma Jones browsing the internet 20 miles away, and the electricity in the power poles and all. It doesn't come from there. It's got nothing to do with that. The dirty great big ball of fire in the sky is the biggest electromagnet you're ever going to see in your life, unless you're going to travel to other galaxies. So when that thing's out and pointing at us, you have a lot more electromagnetic interference. When it's actively throwing sunspots or has sunspots or throwing solar storms at the Earth, you're going to get a lot more electromagnetic interference. At night, when it's not facing wherever you are on Earth, Australia here, at night time, you've got a lot less electromagnetic interference. The only time that's untrue is, if you've got the auroras, northern or southern, firing away, we've got very high solar winds, you're going to get EMI at night as well. But the difference for me is night and day, literally, even coming out with the jokes, when it comes to detecting. I can work a spot during the day with my Monster that I can't work on any more than manual 6, which is very, very low setting. Otherwise, I'm screaming my head off. I can go to that exact same spot after dark and run on auto 2, no problems, dead quiet, only getting targets. That's the difference between detecting during the day with the sun pointed at you and during the night. Now, obviously, it's not always going to be like that. You've got times where the sun's less active, you've got cloud cover, all these sort of things all make a difference as well. But literally, with a Monster, for me, it's almost a given that you're going to go night detecting, because you're going to find the machine a lot more enjoyable to use for a start, and you're going to find more targets because you're going to be able to use better settings on that machine. But anyway, I digress from what do I take out to the ins and outs of our solar system. That's pretty much me on a trip detecting. I've got my esky, my lunch bag, maybe a hat, pair of sunnies or something, but that's about it. You can travel pretty light, especially with a Monster. Take your water, take your comms, and go find some gold. So what I think I'll do is maybe gold panning and crevicing sort of thing, all the tools I take out on the creek, and then I'll do what I take high banking, which sort of covers the main things that I do. I'll get my dolly pot out for you, because you'll all have an absolute laugh at that. It's hilarious, dolly pot, but it has its reasons for the way it is, the way I built it. which will all make sense when I reveal it. But for now, guys, hey, if you haven't subscribed and you've enjoyed this, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, feel free to drop a comment. Is there anything you think I should have in my kit here, or anything I'm wasting my time taking? Feel free to drop a comment. I'll answer. I'm happy to have a chat in the comment section as always. So till the next segment in this little episode of what do I take and what do I use, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.